So you're wondering, what do I expect on my first visit to Charleston?
First visit, yes.
And cover today.
Yep, we're here in the studio to talk in depth about our first visit experience.
Look at my hair.
Yeah, what's wrong?
What is doing here? Mark got a haircut today, and I clearly need one.
You know what happened? I stood on the scale at home this morning.
Okay.
And I said, "Whoa, I'm way too heavy. I have to get a haircut."
Yeah, that's definitely how that works. Yeah. I stepped on the scale, and I ended up bald, and I shaved my back because it still didn't accomplish what I was trying to do. You pictured that, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did.
You have a nightmare tonight.
All right, so we're going to talk all about what happens when you come in town and visit us, and we're helping you through the process today. So, we love to do Zoom calls first. Right?
Yeah, that's the first step. So, we always talk about, hey, drop into the bottom of this, I always get it wrong. They'll say it. Drop into the comments. Drop into the description. Drop into the description of this video. You can click a link to schedule a Zoom call. So that's the first step. We have a Zoom call with people sometimes a week before they are coming to town, sometimes a year or two before they're coming to town, just to kind of lay the groundwork and start the process.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Whatever makes you more comfortable. Some people are more of a planner and want to have everything laid out for months and months ahead of time, and we do that. Or some people are like, hey, I'm coming in town next week.
Yeah.
And I realized that I just need a plan now.
There's a benefit to doing it farther out, though, because if you do that, then we have the ability to send y'all emails on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, whatever you want, with the homes that we feel like work for you.
Yeah.
So you can start to get a feel for the market and what's available. So we prefer that, but we'll take it whenever we can get it.
Yeah. I mean, we've even had where people are like, hey, I'm in town.
Yeah.
Can we meet?
Right.
And we can do that. And that's why when you go to book our meeting, there's two different options for you on charlestonaraliving.com/schedule-meeting.
I can't believe you remember that. Yeah.
So you can either book the Zoom call or the in-person meeting. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, I updated the questions on that.
Yeah.
So we get a little bit more information.
Yeah. Fill those out too, because that really helps get us focused in on what you're looking for. The first big one is 55 or non-55. Like that's one of the big things we need to know. You have to sell your house. When are you looking to move? All that kind of stuff.
But usually on your first visit in, we like to sit down in our little couch area here. We'll show that on the screen.
Yeah.
We've got a nice new office space. About 4 months ago?
Yep.
Probably.
Yep.
So we've got a couch area. We've got a conference table area. We've even got a separate room in case we have multiple people in town.
Yeah.
So it makes for a nice experience to allow us to recap what we talked about on the Zoom call, first of all, because now you're in town and in person. So we just want to make sure everyone's on the same page before we go out and do anything and get to know you a little bit more. It's 30 to 50 minutes usually, right?
We got the big screen too.
Oh, yeah. So I'll show that on the screen right here. The big quad screen. We call it the quad.
150 inches.
But it's really
of glory.
455 inches.
No, it's 475.
475.
Yeah. Yeah, so 75, 75, 75. And then so this way to this. Whoa. Somebody's talking.
It says, need some advice on a 150-inch screen projector. I didn't say that.
No. Your wrist is talking. Tell her to shut up. We're doing a video here.
We're trying to talk.
Shut your pie hole.
Yeah.
So, I got this big 150-inch television. It's really good for watching golf.
Yes.
And it's good for watching
the Olympics is on.
The Olympics. Oh, yeah, we're not going to probably do any work here for about a month. We're going to be watching the 150-inch. What's your favorite summer Olympic?
Golf, of course. And then, I kind of like the swimming.
Okay, I don't care about the swimming.
Really?
Yeah. I like the diving.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then, but I do like track.
Oh,
I like what's the bowling ball they throw.
Oh,
the little mini bowl, like the duck pin bowling ball. Shot put. Yeah. I want to see how far I can throw a shot put. And then the javelin, the spear-looking thing. That's
we are way off track again.
Back into the game, so we can watch videos of Olympics on that big TV. Or what's great sometimes is we can pull up videos of amenity centers that we've done, model homes, so we can even do some homework there in the office. But then just and here's some of the questions that we're going to want to talk about if we haven't covered this on the Zoom call already. 1 level or 2 level house. What type of neighborhood? What type of amenity center? 55 or non-55. How are we going to pay for the house? Do we have to sell our house before you can buy this house?
What's the lifestyle that you want to live? Are you someone that wants to be out a little bit, or do you want everything within golf cartable? Isn't that a word?
Do you want it? Yep, golf cart.
Golf cartable. Do you want
ocean, beach? Historic plantations, downtown Charleston. Do you want to be able to go get your shop on King Street within 20 minutes? Do you want to be near a big park? Are you a boater and you want to be near Lake Moultrie and Lake Marion?
Or you're a saltwater boater and you want to be out by the ocean and all the rivers that have to offer and all that.
So and then typically we come up with a few. There's usually a few neighborhoods or areas that really jump.
You can narrow down based on what you're telling me.
Somebody says, hey, listen, I really want a big amenity center. I want to be within this far of the airport. Here's where my job's going to be. We're looking for a house in this price range and this size, and we're probably able to focus in on where we're going to go first.
Yep. And then the conversation kind of gets to, okay, well, we know exactly what you want to do when you live here. How do we make that happen?
Yeah.
Is there a home that we need to sell, right?
Yep.
And do we need to sell it first? Because there's tons of options where, yes, selling it first and then moving on the same day, that's kind of gets stressful and all of that. We have other options, though, that will allow us to buy here. Then when you sell, it's called a recast. Right?
Yep. You do a recast. We could do a HELOC to help fund that new house. We do a bridge loan. Sometimes it takes as little as $20,000 to start the process of being able to buy that house and then sell your other house from wherever you're coming from.
Yep.
And then with the recast, then takes all that equity in that house and drops it into this mortgage, so your payment goes from this to this. So just having a conversation about that is super important because that's going to help drive us in what direction we're going to go.
And then that kind of pulls us into employment. What are you going to do when you get here? Are you going to already have a job? Or maybe you work remote and you're just transferring here. It's no big deal. Your company is allowing you to do that. That way we know that the lenders are going to be okay with all of the financing and, maybe you can support both homes at one time.
Yeah, and that's an important thing to bring up, Mark, is because, not everybody can get a mortgage.
Right.
Like if you're a nurse and you're going to come here and you don't have a job yet, and if you don't, then just because you haven't tried, or it's be employed like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you're going from a nurse to being an insurance salesperson, like that, the company's got a problem with that. You have to be kind of the like industry, but you can change companies. You just have to stay in your same field for the most part. So we'll help you talk through all that also. And our mortgage people are fantastic. If anybody's going to get it done, it's our people.
And a lot of the times, that person doesn't even have to start their job here yet.
Right.
We just got to have some sort of employment letter.
Yep, just an approval letter.
Yeah.
And for $19.95, we'll fake one for you. And that's insurance fraud. Don't do
We can't do that.
No.
This is on video.
Okay. Yeah. No, we charge way more $20. We're smoothing our licenses over this. We won't do that, I promise.
Yeah.
Unless you need it. I just felt like Joe Biden right there when he starts doing the whisper thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not going to happen.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
All right, so we talked about employment. We talked about lifestyle, that you live in here, the different ways that you can get a different home.
Yep.
And then we kind of move into,
now.
into the whole, what's that next question we always talk about? I can't think of the process because I didn't.
Where do babies come from?
Yeah, no, we don't talk about
Why
that.
do babies?
Especially if you have kids.
No. Oh, I don't know what he's talking about. I just play along. But here's one thing we will do also. We're going to discuss if one of our team is going to help you also. Is it really where you're going? It's like I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so listen, Mark and I, we are involved in the whole process the whole way through. But we do put a lot of people with team members to go out and look at houses. And we often go out with them on the first day.
Yep.
And go walk through doors with you. But then as we get further along the process, that teammate is going to help us. We just have too many to handle ourselves sometimes. So we need some help. And really, this is a good thing because especially if you're here and you're buying a resale. Some of these resales, like when we see one pop on the market, we need to move immediately.
Yeah.
So having a whole team of people here to immediately be able to jump in the car and go out and take you there, or go do video of the house as you're out. If Mark and I aren't available that day, we want somebody to be able to jump on it, and that's really important.
Absolutely. And then, well, I don't know why I can't talk today, so
It's a good day for us to do video then. Let's just make stuff up. I think that's it.
Totally lost it. Oh, how we get paid?
Oh, yeah. So we charge a certain percent for what we do, and we'll talk about that in person. But here's the good news, is that many of the new home sales that we do, and even the existing home sales, they actually pay us a buyer's agency commission from the seller of the home.
Yeah.
So there are many scenarios where that covers the entire, or at least a large piece of what we get paid. And contractually, we work for you, we don't work for them. So we owe you everything, fiduciary responsibility, you have to act in your best interest, your privacy. We got to work to get you the best deal. That's all incumbent on us contractually. But here's a new thing that we have to do. We are not permitted by law now to go out and show you a house, be it new construction, existing,
Anything.
resale, spec homes, anything, without doing a buyer's agency agreement. So that doesn't commit you to buying a house. That just says, hey, if we do buy a house, we're going to work with Jeff and Mark's team.
Yep. And that right about when this video comes out is when that starts.
Yeah.
So it's important to talk about that. The other important thing is if you come in town, make sure you talk to us first.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's certain builders, I'm not going to name any names, but there's certain builders that are very particular. If you walk in there without representation, you are now without representation the entire process.
I'm not going to say names.
No.
It rhymes with Ramar. If you go into a certain builder, I'm telling you, we've literally had this happen twice in the last week. People wanted to use us, and they couldn't. You focus on what I'm saying here. You do not want to be unrepresented in this market.
Yep.
You want somebody that works with these builders all the time to represent you, and you've got to do that the very first time you talk to these people. So even if you, well, first of all, don't call them without calling us first.
Yes, even calling. Yeah.
But if you're a little bit of a misbehaved child and you can't tell me what to do, just give them our name when you call them.
Yeah, you don't even have to talk to us first.
And then you can tell us later, pound salt, we don't want to work with you. I'll walk away.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this is a big deal. It's becoming a problem with one or two of the builders in the area. You really shouldn't talk to any builders without talking to us, but it's super important. It could cost you a lot of money or cost you us being able to represent you if you don't do it.
And if you do go in by yourself and give our name to them, just make sure it's okay that we're not there. There are a couple builders, one in particular, that if we're not there with you on the first visit, even if you give our name,
they actually physically have to walk through the door. This is us walking through the door with you. If we don't do that, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So let us know if we can ever help, of course. But that's kind of what the first visit is like with us. Those are all the things we do. Some people just come in town and just want to talk first.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's others that want to talk and then let's get to seeing some community. Mm-hmm. If you're in town, it's probably best that we go out with you for a half day or so.
Yeah.
And see these communities and make the most of your visit. Now, some people can't do that because of family commitments. Yeah. Or they're in town for a wedding or whatever. We totally get that.
We'd like to go to the wedding also if you're in town.
And don't forget to invite us to the wedding.
For a wedding.
Or at least the reception.
Yeah, we don't give a crap about the wedding. We just want to go to the reception. I feel like, have you ever crashed anything like that?
No. Have you?
I haven't either. I would never do that.
So you're like the wedding crashes moon?
I mean, I wasn't as obnoxious as the wedding crashes were, but I did find my way into something one time.
That will be another video.
I can wait for the statute of limitations to end on that.
Yeah.
Tell that story.
But down in the description, click the link, book a Zoom call with us. We would love to talk to you, whether you're 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months, or 2 years out. And we can kind of fine tune and figure out what is the best neighborhood for you, the best lifestyle that you want to live, and we can find it for the best budget that you have in order to live here.
Jeff, Gregg, Mark, Klim out. See ya. Bye.